like okay, talking about Elon,
Okay,
we
yeah.
can transition into our next topic, right? So Tesla, right? Even with their stock, even with their thing, they brought out a new refresh, a highly anticipated refresh into their Model X and Model S. Because those cars are around getting like 7, 8 years old, right? Like 2014 was like the first Model S, 2015, 2016 was the first Model X. So uh, they decided to bring some interesting changes into their features. I would say like their whole interior design. Exterior design is pretty much the same, except for they ditched the chrome and now they're going with like a map like kind of look. So door handles, exterior, like the camera guards and stuff, they're all matte black. With that, like the interior design is completely different. So they decided to go with a horizontal screen like the Model 3 and the Model Y, which I think works, right? And they also added like a wireless charger now, a lot of new things. The screen has more capability, but a couple of big things are the steering wheel. So it's like F1 racer, yoke, every like there's a lot of names out there about the steering wheel, right? That's a big thing. Like transitioning into a steering wheel of that sense would be really hard for a lot of people, and I'm interested to see how it will look and whether it would actually happen. Like these are just rendered images. Like there's a chance that they might not go with that steering wheel, but there's a high chance they will, right? Because there's a lot of like North American laws, British laws, like even in like other countries, European laws, which could prevent from this happening. But there's a really high chance they will go with the steering wheel. And with that, like also they have like the new infotainment system. Like they have like they're saying that it can play games like Cyberpunk and like a lot of AAA games, which is really
I don't
interesting.
know about that.
Yeah, it's really interesting because if you know about Teslas, if you have a Tesla, right, it does have games. Like the games are like not that high graphic games, like a Mario Kart type of game, right? So it can play games. Like I'm not saying it can't, but Elon tweeted out saying that it can play Cyberpunk, which is like a AAA game, right? Which you can play on your consoles, a really high end PC. So let's see how they offer that. Like they say it has up to 10 teraflops of processing power. So, and it also has wireless controller capability from any seat. So I just want to see how that works. Like I just want your guys' opinion. Like, would this sway people to buy a Tesla?
That steering
Having,
wheel.
yeah, yeah,
First of all, um, new generation consoles, for example, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X's, weren't even able to handle Cyberpunk. They had to recall the game. So I want to see how a car is going to handle.
Hey, Elon never lies,
Elon
man. That's
never,
the thing.
yeah, Elon, yeah, okay. Listen, yes, we were like praising him the last one, but like this one, I was watching the MKBHD video too. I don't. It's too good to be true, man. It just sounds way too sweet. Like obviously you won't be able to play games when you're driving, but like imagine being like the passenger and you driving. Isn't that kind of distracting?
you're not the functionality is turned on.
No. So games, yeah, games are usually when you charge the thing and
Yeah,
Okay.
stuff. When you're
full
at
rest
full
part
rest.
of they also have like a screen at the back now, but I'm pretty sure that will be allowed to play games. So your passengers at the back would be allowed to play games, right? But we have to see how.
Yeah, and I saw that. I just saw that. So I was just looking. I'm not sure about
Mhm.
what this is, but like what I saw is it could possibly come with an AMD Navi 23 GPU. Is that something big?
That,
NVMe?
that's
Yeah,
the thing, yeah, I guess.
that's a thing.
I mean,
VME GPU?
Yeah, GPU is what it
Yeah,
says.
so that's basically
Navi 23 GPU.
Navi or
That's I think that's what
NVMe.
Shashu. I know NAVI.
Oh.
that might be a new thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I was looking at that. That's the one it said. That's the thing Shashu was talking about, like the
Yeah,
9.75
That's
teraflops.
the competitor for the NVIDIA RTXs, the 30 series.
Yeah, so it says here that it should be able to outperform a Radeon RX 5700 XT.
Yeah. It definitely can. It definitely
I
can.
mean,
Never
Yeah,
mind.
like they do have like in a car, you do have a lot of space to work with. So like, especially in an electric car, because the batteries sit like right at the bottom, right? You do have a lot of like center console space, and like with Tesla not having like buttons and stuff, everything being on the screen, they have more space to work with, right? Like no, another thing like no gear stocks and stuff, right? That saves up a lot of space, right? Uh, so there
Mm-hmm.
is a lot of space to work with. So I can see them going like adding like components like these into a car, right? If they have extra space to work with, right? So I guess it's a thing. Like, yeah,
I just I just don't know how ready the world is for a steering wheel
yeah,
like
No,
that.
okay, I have a question. I am okay, just for audience knowledge. Have never like had an experience with Teslas, but these two, Philip and Shashwat, have. So my question is, why would you want to have a gaming system in a car that's run on electricity? Because can you not just divert that to range instead of having like a console?
So like basically, like when I've seen right people use or like when I have used it is like when you go to charge, right?
Oh,
Especially if you're supercharging, like if you're at a station and
right,
stuff, right?
right.
It takes
right.
some time, right?
So,
So either you can obviously they give you the functionality of opening YouTube, Netflix, whatever you want to open, right, on the screen and watch something, or you can if you're into gaming or you just want to play around some like mini games and stuff, you also have the functionality for that. Tesla's like one of those. They're like super. They take a lot of what's it called? What's the right word? They take a lot of interest in making sure that the customer is satisfied in all sense, right? So they never leave out even like the moment of charging, right? They don't leave the excitement or like like so making it interesting even for the charging moments. So I feel like that's why they're focusing on that. And then Elon is also one of those guys who just goes extra above and beyond. Like I was looking at the specs or like the speed specifications, right? 0 to 100 kilometers in less than
mhm.
2 seconds. Like, which which common person is doing that on a regular basis? Like 0 to 100. Are we just gonna like start at it? What like we're gonna start seeing everyone just like stop on the ramp of the highways and just accelerate one
That's
by
like
one.
Philip every Friday night on the 410.
Okay, chill, 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 chill,
I it's it is labeled the fastest production car, the Play Plus model, like the fastest production car so far. But then the Roadster is supposed to come out, which is supposed to be faster. So
And with more range, right?
yeah, more range, faster. It's
It's
crazy. Yeah,
crazy.
the same steering wheel though.
See, this now comes the question. Now comes the question that I've been asked with phones. Where do we draw the line for because we're not talking about a Bugatti anymore. We're not talking about a supercar, right? We're talking about a regular car. One of us can go tomorrow and
Yeah,
buy,
like it's a
right?
available
So
car.
where's the line drawn? So where's the line?
Wait, what line? What line would we draw here? Like when I was talking about size wise, right? Because like there's different applications. There's like phone, there's tablets, there's laptops, and there's like full on big full blown PCs. I was talking about drawing the line between a phone and a tablet. What line are you talking
Line in the
here?
sense of like how crazy we go, how far we go with the speeds and because like essentially in a car, we're not looking at if it can play Cyberpunk or not. We're looking at how fast it can go, right? And just giving now it's coming to a point where we're giving every common person the ability to drive at 200 kilometers an hour in a normal car. Before you had to buy a Lamborghini or 8 cylinder or 9 cylinder or 12 cylinder car, right? That would give you the ability or the option, right, to drive at those speeds regularly. But also with those options came the big price tags of hundreds of thousands to
Yep.
millions of dollars. Now you can, how much is this?
It has
150,
a
200K?
play. So Blade. Well,
What's
so
the
if we're
base
looking at
model
the Play
cost?
Plus, if you want to like the fastest production card, so the Play Plus is 189K without options. So if you spec it out, like it will probably come
Okay.
down to like 200 something $1,000, right? Which
Okay. So we're looking at like a monthly lease of a couple like
yeah,
around
to
$2,000 per month. You can
mhm.
own a car that will go faster than that will go essentially faster than a Bugatti in like a quarter mile or whatever because Bugattis take time to
Yeah, yeah.
speed up, right? So 2.1 seconds, it's literally two blinks. Like that's how fast you can accelerate, right?
How slow do you blink, my guy?
How fast do you blink?
How long did you take? You take a full second to blink?
Oh no, I said 2 blinks. All right, 2 blinks. 1 second per blink.
No, you take 1 second to blink. You know what? Do your dog.
Hey. All right, I'm just using analogies. All right, leave me alone. No, but what I'm gonna say is like even sitting in a Model 3 and being able to go launch to 100, right, in like 4 seconds or 5 seconds,
Yeah.
6 seconds, right? Like that rush is something else. And now I'm thinking me being able to do that in 2 seconds in a S-Plate model, right? But S-Plate Plus, right? Like the things you can do are just endless at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be on 407 watch.
Everyone that can
Oh,
afford
obviously,
a
yeah.
Model.
Most of Brampton,
Most of Brampton,
yeah.
like folks they say like
Brampton is switching over to electric cars. I'm seeing that because before
Actually,
like when we bought
yeah,
the Infinity, like we used to see that face, right, of everyone looking into like the Infinity and the Range Rovers, right? And now I'm seeing less and less Range Rovers and less fuel based, like luxury cars. And I'm seeing more of Model Ys, more of Model X's, and a lot more Model
yeah,
S as well. So people I least expect to even like look into purchasing one has purchased it because there's also a hype factor with Teslas, right? Because everyone wants to be part of the new technology, the new revolution of electric cars, right? And also most people are willing to take that $6, $7, $10,000 saving
yeah.
on fuel that they would spend on a yearly
Like it
basis.
comes down to like cost as well, right? Like in the sense that if you're spending on like a normal sedan, like you have the money, right? You go for like a high end sedan, like say like a Mercedes C300, right? It will come down to like the $60,000
Mhm.
mark, like if you spec it out, right? But you can get a
Yeah.
Tesla, right? With
Mhm.
like not same functionality in a sense, but like the high factor, like it being electric, and you save that like the $5,000 initially, then you save like $10,000 over like your period of you owning it, right? It comes out to like a sub 40,
Yeah.
sub 35, right? That $1,000 mark, right? Which is really affordable if you look at like other cars, right? Like a sedan or maybe a Model Y or something.
And not just that, your Mercedes C63 won't give you constant
Yep.
updates, right? It won't come to you in a parking lot when you press a button on your phone, right? It
how
won't come.
reliable is that though? How reliable is like the summon?
Oh, it works. It works. It works properly now.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of like videos of it working properly, right? Obviously, as time goes, they improve the technology, and I believe they're reaching those stages of it becoming almost perfect, right? And your C63 won't drive for you
Yeah.
fully automatic, right? Properly, right? Won't divert out of lanes for you. And also Tesla is known for their like they're ranked
Safety
one of the
and
highest in
lifestyle.
terms of protection, like
Mhm.
safety, and their
Yeah,
airbags and all that
a
stuff.
lot of
Yeah.
positive things that come with like
So
a Tesla. Like when you look at the initial price tag, you probably be like, oh, it's really expensive. But when you actually look into it, yeah, when you actually look into it, it has a lot more factors than you can actually think about, right?
it's an
Uh,
investment, really. It's really
yeah,
an
like
investment over time.
with that, like also like the new thing, like one thing we kind of missed, right? Uh, is the gear stocks, right?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Where they at? No.
yeah, so somebody noticed this, like I didn't notice it initially, right? Somebody on Twitter tweeted at Elon's, uh, it doesn't have gear stalks. How do you know if I'm in drive, reverse, park, right? And then Elon tweeted back,
Well, your screen tells you that.
yeah, no, no, your screen tells you that, right? But you put it into reverse, forward, right? This doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so how do
Yeah,
you do it?
Elon tweeted
Yeah,
back
how do you? I
saying,
just noticed that.
right,
Yeah.
your car knows where you're gonna go based on the thing you're like the direction or like what you have put in the navigation system, so it can do things for you, right? But you have the capability of
Oh my
overriding it through
God.
the screen, right? But my question is now, if I'm not going straight, for example, right? Like in the sense that if I don't have something in the navigation system, right, of me turning left on like the next exit or like the next street, right? How does it know I'm turning left, or how does it know I need to go?
What if you're not? Yeah, because like not everyone. I don't use a navigation system,
Yeah,
right? I'm not gonna start relying on one just to use my car. And second of all, there has been instances in videos on YouTube where the screen just turns off. Then what
yeah.
happens? How do you manually override it?
Oh, I was watching the MKBHD video. He did a more detailed analysis of it. So if you look on the steering wheel, right? Like he showed a more detailed picture of the steering wheel. There's like touch buttons on the
Yeah, that's
steering wheel
usually used for
with
audio.
like indicators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, touch buttons with like indicators,
No,
like
no, it
left
has
signal,
that,
right
right?
signal
I
on
know it
that.
has that, but we're drive, yeah, like
Yeah.
the indicators and stuff. Those are like negligible in the sense that you can probably put them on the screen. You can probably put them where they have put them right now. That works really good. But what about the gear stock, right? Where is
Oh, you're
that?
talking about reverse. Just say, okay, Tesla reverse.
See, that's the thing with the modern cars, right? When you're completely indulging into a fully technological car, right? Taking out every possible button, right, and making everything into a screen-based, right, interaction. I think that comes with the modern technology, and again, Tesla has always done their best to stay at least 10, 20 years ahead of every other car brand, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that is our future. What we're heading towards, these kind of steering wheels that I used to see back in the days on like PS4
How
accessories and like
no, but like, like, what if the car doesn't have reverse? You just have to take a
no.
U-turn
See,
every
like I'm
time you do
guessing if you're like
reverse.
in a parking spot, right, and you get into the car will automatically put it into reverse for you, so
No,
you
but
can take it because you technically cannot go forward.
Philip, my question is now, right? What if you have like a two parking spot thing, right? And then if there's no car in front of you, you would probably choose the forward direction, right? In a sense, like you'll probably like, oh, I want to go forward, make it easier for
Yeah,
myself, rather than reversing and then going around, right?
maybe we yeah
What happens in that case? I
maybe
have to go reverse.
maybe maybe we all need to get Neuralinks attached.
Neuralinks. Hey, yo, what if that's a flex? If Elon's like, if you're buying the car, you get like a one view Neuralink that connects to your car.
Yeah, like
To the main driver.
Maybe that's how you play this. That's how you play Cyberpunk because you're using your brain power.
You're just staring at the screen intensively and
Just
just like playing.
yeah. That could be a flex. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a thing soon. Once he tweaks up Neuralink, I'm pretty sure he's going to somehow, because he said using 5G, he's going to connect the
yeah, that's how
cars to other Teslas on the road, right? And like once Neuralink becomes a thing, I'm pretty sure he's going to say, we're going to connect 5G to Neuralink and you can talk to others to like the mind. Like for sure, for sure.
It's heading
Possibilities
in a
are endless when you're Elon Musk.
yeah. Very like it's heading in a direction which is like kind of unknown and fascinating, right? Like looking from the outside, because like owning like a Play Plus, like I don't see myself owning one in the near future, like anytime soon, right? So looking from the outside is really interesting, but like imagine being in the position of you looking forward to it, and then they do these things like having no gear stock, right? Having no whatever, right? Like the steering wheel design and stuff, right? How would it change their perspective towards getting a Model S? Like I know in KBHD video he mentioned that he wasn't gonna get one just because this factor, right? Of them changing around. He wants to wait a year or two and
Yep. To see how it actually works out.
Yeah, see how it actually works out. So there'll be a lot of people in that position, but there'll be a lot of people in the position where they want to get this car as fast as possible. Like I've seen a lot of car YouTubers ordering one already, right? Like like this car is not expected to come out like the Play Plus model to like March or April, right?
Right.
But still ordering one really fast, like it's a risk, but it's a risk people are willing to take, right? So
Yeah, I definitely can't say anything. I'm hella broke, so I don't think I'll ever be owning a Tesla anytime soon. So for sure, I am definitely going to have to wait for more reviews and see what's happening.
fascinating. So
Yeah, it is. It's fascinating. It's also kind of scary because you don't know. It's like we're stepping into the unknown. Like it's how that innovation works, right?
yeah.
I think that's it for today, right?
Yeah, I think that's all the topics you need to cover.
All right, so that's great. So I think we can conclude with that. So if you would like to listen to more of our stuff, check us out on Stark Enterprises on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcast. If you have any questions you're dying to ask or have a guest idea that you want to see featured on the podcast, shoot us a DM at _Stark Enterprises. Want to get to know us and our projects a bit better? Check us out and our website in the link on our Instagram bio. With that, I am Mebit Matthew. With me was Shasha Chauhan and Philip Thomas, and this has been Stark Talks.